Okay. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In the second level syllabus, we have different types of mad, that is 2 units mad, 4 units mad, and 6 or 7 units mad. This is one of the big portion of the Tajweed rules. And then it comes the rules of Mim Sakina, Noon, rules of Mim Mushaddada and Noon Mushaddada, and the rules of Qalqala, and the rules of Shamsiya and Qamariya, and rules of Hamzatul Wasal. This some part it covers Tajweed, some portion of the Tajweed. But here the rules of Mim Sakina, the rules of Tanween and Noon Sakina, again this covers a major portion. So one major portion covered by rules of Mad, that is prolongation. The other major portion covered by the rules of Mim Sakina, Tanween, Noon Sakina. So with this one, inshallah, you will get about 70% of the Tajweed rules in these three. The rules of Mad, the rules of Mim Sakina, the rules of Tanween and Noon Sakina. So we started with the rules of Mad, that is prolongation. Let us review. This is a review class. Inshallah, we will go step by step what we learned before. And if there is any doubt, please ask me at the same time. Don't wait till I ask you, you have any doubt. So whichever point you want more clarification, please stop me at that point and raise the hand. Inshallah, we will discuss that one and then we will move to the another point. You know the mad. Mad means like in English and any other languages, it gives more than 1 unit sound. Like a, if you add two a together, one a is a, two e, u. So this is comma. This is also in Arabic. There is a 2 unit prolongation. Whenever we have to follow that conditions, whenever that conditions meet, we have to prolong 2 units. Other than unlike the other languages, in Arabic we have 4 units prolongation, or 4 or 5 units prolongation, as well as 6 units prolongation. This is something which is special in Arabic. Even Arabic also, it is particular in the Quran recitation. The Tajweed rules are prepared to read the Quran without any mistake, the way the Prophet ﷺ taught the Sahaba, and the Sahaba taught the further another next generations, and generation upon till now we are following the similar Tajweed rules. Because most of us are not Arabs and Arabic is not our mother tongue, we learn these Tajweed rules to follow the exact recitation pattern of the Quran without doing any mistakes. So basically, the Tajweed rules help us as a tools to read it properly without any mistake. But for the Arabs, maybe because of it's a mother language, they might prolong even without Tajweed rules. They make the Qiraat without any mistake. But still, in the later stages, they learn the Tajweed rules. What general practice is in our childhood for non-Arabs, usually in Indian subcontinent area, first they learn the Tajweed rules, then they start reading the Mus'haf. But in Arab countries, what they do is they first started memorizing the small surahs and the Mus'haf from the Mus'haf, from the Quran. After some age, maybe 10 years or around that age, they start learning the Tajweed rules, the children. Anyhow, the thing is, as we are elders, we are at this moment, we are those who are already learned the Tajweed rules and they are very perfect in that one. It's a just refresh course for them. Those who have to develop or to revise or to refine their Tajweed rules, this will be helpful for them. We have, as we discussed, 2 units Tajweed prolongation, and there is no prolongation at all. This is a Mad Leen, and 2 units prolongation. We have Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah, Alif Mad, Ya Mad, and Waw Mad, and 4 or 5 units prolongation. This is a Mad Wajib Muttasil, Mad Jayaz Munfasil. The last one is 6 or 7 units prolongation. That is a Mad Laazim. In simple, it is a Mad Laazim, but it has a 4-word name. Mad al-Lazim kalimi musaqqal, Mad al-Lazim kalimi mukhaffaf, Mad al-Lazim harfi musaqqal, Mad al-Lazim harfi mukhaffaf. But in simple, we can call it as a Mad al-Lazim. So Mad al-Lazim, here also it can be called as a Mad al-Wajib Muttasil. It can be called as a Mad al-Lazim Muttasil. Wajib or Lazim, this can be, the words can be interchanged. So any questions from this point, at this point?
No, it's clear for me.
Okay, good. Let us start the first mad. This is a Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. This one is basically a 2-unit mad. Sageerah means in Arabic is small. So Alif, as a Alif, it looks a big one, numerical one. If you are taking half of that one or 1/3 of that one, it is a small Alif. Like here, if you see here, this the complete Alif, it looks like here. This is a complete Alif, the full Alif. But what we are looking for is, it's not complete Alif. This one is a complete Alif, full size. If it is only portion of this one, 1/3 or half of this one, or 1/4 of this one, is Alif Sageerah, small Alif. So the pattern for Arab countries, the Musaf printed in Arab countries and other part of the world, it has 2 components. First is Fatha, then followed by a small Alif. Kasra, then followed by small Ya. Dhamma, followed by small Waw. In this case, by the name, because of this Alif is Sageerah, small Alif, the rule name also came derived from this itself. Alif Sageerah. The rule name is Maddal Alif Sageerah. Alif Sageerah. Sageerah means small. Alif means the Alif letter. So if it is preceded by Fatha, then the reader must prolong 2 units. That is Fatha followed by small Alif. Then the reader must prolong it 2 units. So similarly, Kasra followed by Ya Sageerah, the reader must prolong 2 units. Dhamma followed by Waw Sageerah, the reader must prolong it 2 units. So the example is Mim Fatha Alif Sageerah. How to spell it? First saying the letter name, then the harakat name, then the Sageerah name. Mim, the letter name, harakat, Fatha, Alif Sageerah, this is the Sageerah letter. Mim Fatha Alif Sageerah Ma, Lam Kasra Li, Ma Li, Kaf Kasra Ki, Ma Li Ki. If there is no Alif Sageerah, how to read it? Mim Fatha Ma, Lam Kasra Li, Mali, Kaf Kasra Ki, Maliki. There is no prolongation. If there is a Alif Sageerah, this meme has to be prolonged. Whichever Alif Sageerah is available after the Fatha, that letter must be prolonged 2 units. Here it is Ma, it is not Ma. Maliki, it is wrong. Maliki, it is correct. So here it is Hamza is having Kasra, then Ya Sageerah. So Kasra with Ya Sageerah, it gives the 2 units prolongation, that is E, 2 units. Without Ya Sageerah, how to pronounce E? E. But with the Ya Sageerah, it takes 2 units more, 1 more unit. That is total 2 units. Kasra Ya Sageerah together forms 2 units. E. So here Hamza Kasra Ya Sageerah E. Lam Fatha Alif Sageerah La. E La. 2 units here, 2 units here. Fa Kasra Fi. There is no Sageerah here. So only we are giving him only 1 unit. Ilafi. So if there is no Ya Sageerah, E only. If there is no Alif Sageerah, La, only La. Ilafi. Ilafi is different. Ilafi is different. The thing which is giving which is forcing us to prolong, that is Ya Sageerah and Alif Sageerah after the Kasra and after the Fatha. So Ilafi. This the effect of Ya Sageerah and Alif Sageerah. Similarly, Dhamma followed by Waw Sageerah, it also extends the sound to 2 units. U, without Waw Sageerah, U, U, U. So here Ya Fatha Ya, there is no prolongation. Ra Fatha Ra, there is no prolongation. Ha Dhamma Waw Sageerah, Hu. Yarahu. Without Waw Sagira, Yarahu. With Waw Sagira, Yarahu. 2 units. So Maliki, Alif Sagira. Ilafi, Ya Sagira, Alif Sagira. Yarahu, Waw Sagira. With this one, we have one restriction also. After the Alif Sagira, Ya Sagira, and Waw Sagira, there must not be Hamza immediate, or there must not be a letter with Shadda, or there must not be a letter with the Sukoon. So these one should not be followed immediate after the Sagira letter. If one of them is followed after the Sagira letter, maybe the after Alif Sagira you find Hamza, or letter with Shadda, or letter with the Sukoon, or with the Ya Sagira. After Ya Sagira you find the Hamza, or letter with Shadda, or letter with the Sukoon, or with after the Waw Sagira you might have found the Hamza, or letter with Shadda, or letter with the Sukoon. If you find one of this one after the Sagira letter, then 2 units prolongation is not enough. It will be promoted to 4 or 5 units or 6 units based on which comes after the Sagira letter. So basically what we are saying is Fatha alone is single unit. When it is followed by Alif Sagira, that has to be prolonged 2 units length. Kasra single unit. When it is followed immediately by Ya Sagira, that must be prolonged 2 units. Dhamma itself is a single unit, but when it is followed by Vav Sagira, then it must be prolonged 2 units. Is it okay?
Ustad, one question.
Yes, please.
Can you give us any example of the word with
Sure.
Hamza and Sukoon?
That is coming
Ustad,
after a
Assalamu
few
alaikum.
minutes. Just if you can bear with me. After
Sure.
this mad, 2 units mad, we are going to the 4 units and 6 units. In this, you will get this, inshallah.
Ustad, please give me the example of mad Leen also.
Sure. We are going to revise all the mad which we learned till now. So the first thing we are learning now is Sagira. So is this Sagira concept is clear to you?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. The brother asked the question that after Sagira letter, if there is Hamza, what will happen? He is asking the after Sagira letter there is Shadda. After Sagira letter there is Sukoon. What will happen? He is asking the examples. I will give you these examples after few minutes after the next lesson, inshallah. Today itself, inshallah.
No problem, no problem.
Okay. Here it is the way it looks it. All the letters, it can come on any of the 28 letters. This Sagira, Alif Sagira, or Ya Sagira, or Waw Sagira. In this page, you find only Ya Sagira, only 2 examples. Waw Sagira, only 3 examples. Alif Sagira, many examples. Don't think that only it comes on these letters, and only it comes on Hamza and the Ha, and Waw Sagira only on the Waw, Ha, and Hamza. It's not the case. All these 3 can come on any letter of 20 from the 28 letters. So the printer he selected only few examples for you in this page. So if you see here, the examples are here. Maliki, Maliki, Maliki. Alif Sagira is there. Salamun, Alif Sagira. Kitaban, Alif Sagira. Tagha. Here one extra shape you see here. This is Ya. This Ya, Alif Sagira is taking the help of or support of this shape. It has nothing to do to pronounce. In the pronunciation, just neglect this one. Just forget this one. Only take Ghain, Fatha, Alif Sagira. But don't take it Ya sound in your pronunciation. Ta, Gha. I'm taking only Gha because of Alif Sagira. Forget the Ya shape. Turaban. This is Awa, Ala, Mihadan, Ilafi, Dawudu, Mata'an, Bihi, Yarahu, Mawazinuhu. Is it clear? Any question? Any doubt?
It's clear for me.
Okay. For the people coming from the Indian subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka, Nepal. The Quran printed there is having little bit different type of shape in the printing for Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, and Waw Sageerah. This one is called in Urdu. It is because of the influence of the Urdu. Here it is a Alif Sageerah is just a small alif on the letter without fatha. Ya Sageerah, small alif below the letter without kasra or Ya Sageerah. This is a khada zabar. It is called in Urdu khada zer. It is a Ya Sageerah. Ulta pesh, reverse of the dhamma. This one is a Waw Sageerah for the people who are coming from the subcontinent to understand about Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, and Waw Sageerah. In Urdu, it is called khada zabar, khada zer, ulta pesh. Ulta pesh. The application is exactly same as Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. Just for your information only, I'm adding this page. So the people who are coming from Indian subcontinent should not feel that when they open the Musaf, they don't find Fatha with Alif Sageerah and Kasra with Ya Sageerah and Dhamma with Waw Sageerah. If that these three are the equivalent of Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, and Waw Sageerah. Again, the application is same, only 2 units prolongation. So this one is all about the Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, and Waw Sageerah. Now we are moving to the next type of mad. If you have any doubt, please ask me. If you don't have any doubt, we will go to the next mad. The next mad is called Alif mad, Ya mad, and Waw mad. This one also 2 units mad. Like Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah, 2 units mad. This one also 2 units, basically 2 units mad. The difference between this one and the previous one is here Alif is in the full shape. It is not a small Alif, it is a full size. And Ya Sageerah before it was there, but now we have a complete Ya shape, not a small Ya. Waw Sukoon. Ya Sukoon is a complete, and Waw Sukoon also it is complete in shape, full size, not a Sageerah size, small size. So again, the name of the mad derived from the mad letter. So Alif, Ya Sukoon, Waw Sukoon. These three are called mad letters. Huruf al mad. Huruf al mad. Huruf means letters. Mad means prolongation. The letters of prolongation are 3 only. Which are these 3? Alif, Ya Sukoon, and Waw Sukoon. When you see the print, you sometimes you don't find Sukoon sign on the Ya and the Waw. Alif, definitely you don't find the Sukoon sign. So sometimes some printers they put the Sukoon sign on Ya and Waw when these two are the part of the mad. Some printers they don't put the Sukoon sign. So for our understanding, whether the Ya preceded by kasra, if it is having sukun sign or without sukun sign, it is part of the yamad. The waw sukun preceded by dhamma, whether it has a sukun sign or without sukun sign, it is a part of the waw mad. So whether it is a sukun sign or whether it has no sukun sign, but you have to consider it as a part of the mad when it is preceded by kasra, when it is preceded by dhamma. So let us see now. First part, what we have to look, whether the letter is having fatha or kasra or dhamma. If the letter is not having fatha or kasra or dhamma, this is cannot be a mad. Even Alif Sageerah also, there must be a fatha, kasra, dhamma, except Indian print, but Indian subcontinent print. But in the Arab countries and all over the world, the letter must have either fatha or kasra or dhamma. The second thing, the pair must be maintained. What's the pair? The fatha must be followed by alif, kasra must be followed by ya sukun, dhamma must be followed by waw sukun. This pair must be maintained. If this pair is not maintained, that means this is not the mad structure. It's not the mad. It may be different thing, but not the mad. So the huruf al mad 3 only. Alif, ya sukun, waw sukun. These are like vowels. Then the huruf al mad must be preceded by its corresponding harakat. The harakat is fatha and kasra and dhamma. For example, here Kaf is having fatha, followed immediate by alif, kaf plus alif. These two together is giving the sound of 2 units for this letter kaf. Kaf fatha alif, ka, noon fatha na, kana. If there is no alif, kana, kana. Kaf fatha ka, noon fatha na, kana. But here there is a alif immediately followed by fatha. So this alif immediately followed by fatha, it's giving the it's extending the sound of ka with the 2 units. Kaf fatha alif, ka, noon fatha na, ka na. So this one is called with the name of this alif, alif mad. This can be, the letter can be any letter from 28 letters. Then the second ya mad. This one is required the letter with kasra. If the letter is not having kasra, the yamat cannot be formed. The kasra must be followed by ya sukoon. As I mentioned, some printers they put the sukoon sign on ya and waw. Some printers they don't put the sukoon sign on ya and waw when it is a part of the yamad and wawmad. Here is the case without sign. Fa kasra ya sukoon. You have to see this one. Fa letter, kasra its haraka, immediately followed by ya sukun. Fa kasra ya sukun, fi, ha kasra hi, fi hi. Without ya, how to read? Fa kasra fi, ha kasra hi, fi hi. There is no prolongation, fi hi. But here because of ya, this one is extended to 2 units. Fi hi. He, if there is ya sukun here, this also must be extended, but there is no ya sukun here, so only kasra, so it should not be extended. Fihi, fihi. Here kana, fihi. Similarly waw mad, dhamma followed by waw sukun, that is extended by 2 units. Without waw, only dhamma, there is no extension, only 1 unit. So jim dhamma waw sukun ju, ain kasratain in, ju'in. Here without waw, how to read? Ju'in. Ju'in is different than ju'in. 2 units prolongation. So kana, fihi, ju'in. Alif mad, ya mad, waw mad. If there is no mad letter, kana, fihi, ju'in. Is it clear?
Yes, Ustaz.
Clear.
Okay. Now this mad letter, the same condition like before, alif sagira, ya sagira, waw sagira, should not be followed by letter hamza or letter with shadda or letter with the sukun. If one of this one is followed by mad letter, then it cannot be limited to 2 units prolongation. It must be extended to 4 units or 6 units prolongation. Up to this point, I hope it is clear. Let us see some examples of alif mad, ya mad, waw mad. Here, this is the page of 14. To practice, all these are alif mad, ya mad, waw mad. You see, this is a fatha followed by alif, dhamma followed by waw. But you see one more additional alif after the waw mad. This one is required in the grammar, but not, it has no effect in the tajweed, in the pronunciation. Just ignore this alif. Whenever you see this alif in the waw mad, just ignore it. Don't take any action on that one. So for us to make waw mad, only two things are required: dhamma and waw sukun. So if you see both dhamma and waw sukun, that is enough. 2 units prolongation. So all these are examples of with the each letter for the practice page of 14, page number 14. If you have the app of Qaida Nuraniya with sound, in the Android or from the FG 2020 group of Apple. So you can press each one here and you can listen the voice. So or you can press here the play button. So you can read, you can listen the whole page at a time. So this is one of the beauty of this app. So you can download and get the benefit from it. Here it is. There is one additional information here. If the letter is hamza, so out of 29 or 28 letters, how many letters, how many hamzas will come? Only one hamza comes. If the hamza is having fatha and alif, or dhamma and waw sukoon, and kasra and ya sukoon, in this case, this one is called madal badal. So we are having the another name now. The basically this one is a alif mad, because fatha followed by alif. This is a alif mad. But when the letter is not when the letter is hamza, then it has a more specific name. That name is madal badal. So here also dhamma followed by waw sukoon. It is basically waw mad, as we learned here. The alif mad, waw mad, alif mad, ya mad, and waw mad. Fatha followed by alif, kasra followed by ya sukun, dhamma followed by waw sukun. The structure is same. Fatha followed by alif. But the letter is not, if the letter is hamza, then it is called madal badal. If the letter is not hamza, then it is called a madal asli or madal tabeeyee. So you can see here the difference. This one is the basic structure. Alif mad, ya mad, waw mad. But when the letter is hamza, this one has a specific name, more specific name, that is madal badal. If the letter is not hamza, other than hamza, any letter from 27 letters, then it is called madal tabeeyee or madal asli. Madal tabeeyee or madal asli. You call any of these two names for the 27 letters. For hamza, you can call it as a madal badal. So if someone said this one, this example, a madal badal, he is saying the more perfect way of naming its name. But if someone say this is a alif mad, that also acceptable, because alif mad in general included both madal asli as well as madal badal. Similarly, if someone say here where it is yamad, okay, yamad, here it is a yamad. If someone say yamad, that is general name, that is okay, acceptable. But if someone say this is a madal asli or madal tabeeyee, that is more specific, more correct way to say the name. So in either way, if you say madal badal, madal asli, or madal alif mad, similarly yamad or madal badal or madal asli, waw mad, madal badal or madal asli. This is similar to the same names, with the 2 units prolonged, with the application of only 2 units. Let us see the examples. Amana, here the letter is hamza, so it is a madal badal in specific. General is alif mad. Aniyatin, this one also hamza is having fatha, so the haraka letter is hamza. This also madal badal. Awa, here 2 units, here 2 units. Again, here it is called madal badal or alif mad in general. So first 3 are examples of alif mad or madal badal, more specific. The second line, qala, the letter is not hamza. This is a qaf. Other than hamza, this is one of the 27 letters. This one is specifically, it is called madal asli, or general, it is called a alif mad. Kana, this also letter kaf, not hamza. That's why it is madal asli or alif mad. Naran, this also madal asli or alif mad. So these 3 are the examples of alif mad and madal asli. Now fihi, this one is called ya mad in the general. More specific, it is a madal asli. Akidu, kaf kasra ya sukun, this is a ya mad in general, but kaf is the letter, so madal asli. Akidu. So here be careful, it is not too different. Alif is having hamza on it and it is having fatha. All this together is called hamza. It's not hamza fatha alif. It's not madal badal. This is only one letter, not 2 letters. One letter with the alif mad. It's not the case. So this is only having the fatha. It's not followed by alif. That's why it cannot be prolonged 2 units. A, hamza fatha a, hamza fatha a. Kaf kasra ya sukun ki. This is a yamad or madal asli. Dal damma du. Akidu. Yamad or madal asli. Basiran. Yamad or madal asli. These are the examples of yamad. more specifically Mad al Asli. But here A'udhu, A'udhu, here letter is Ain, Dhamma and Waw Sukoon. This one is a Waw Mad, but in specific it is a Mad al Asli. Similarly, Radu, here Ali, Hamza is having Sukoon sign, so just ignore it like what we discussed earlier here, Alif. Here also you have to ignore it. Don't take it into the pronunciation or consideration, or don't confuse it. What we require is Dhamma and Waw Sukoon. It's already available. So Ra, Du, 2 units prolongation. Waw Mad in general, Mad al Asli in specific. Ju'in, here it is a Waw Mad in general. Specific, it is a Mad al Asli. So these are the examples of Waw Mad in general, but in specific, it is a Mad al Asli. So first line is a Mad al Badal. This is all Mad al Asli. All 3 lines are called Mad al Asli in specific. But if you say general name, this is a Alif Mad, this is a Ya Mad, this is a Waw Mad. Is it clear?
All except with Hamza, right?
Hamza is Mad al Badal. If Hamza is not there, it is a Mad al Asli.
Okay.
The letter having the Fatha, Kasra or Dhamma, that letter itself is a Hamza, then it is a Mad al Badal. If that letter is not Hamza, it is Mad al Asli.
Understood.
Okay, but you can say both Mad al Badal as well as Mad al Asli. If Fatha followed by Alif, both have same name, that is Alif Mad.
Alif Mad or Mad al Asli?
Yeah, Alif Mad is a general name. If Hamza is there, Mad al Badal. If Hamza is not there, Mad al Asli.
Noted.
Okay. Similar restriction of should not be followed by Hamza or Ya Sukoon or Waw Sukoon. This is the structure, which is first part, there must be a letter without Hamza. The second part, Alif, the Mad letter must be followed. Similarly, Ya Mad and Waw Mad. Now, someone asked about the Leen. This is the Leen structure. The Leen is having only 2 letters, the Leen letters. Huruf al-Leen, only 2. This is Ya Sukoon and Waw Sukoon. Why? Because the first condition for the Leen must be having Fatha on it. If the Fatha followed by Alif, the Huruf al-Mad 3, Alif, Ya Sukoon, Waw Sukoon. These are the vowels. If we take Fatha followed by Alif, then it become a Alif Mad or Mad al Asli or Mad al Badal, right? So already we gave the name to Alif followed by Fatha. Now Fatha, if it is followed by Ya Sukoon or Waw Sukoon, only 2 letters left. Alif already gone in the Alif Mad. So you can say, you can ask me that, so Ya Mad also we used, Waw Mad also we already named it before. But the precondition, Ya Sukoon must be preceded by the Kasra. Waw Sukoon must be preceded by the Dhamma in case of Mad, right? Here you see Fatha followed by Alif. Ya Sukoon must be preceded by Kasra. Waw Sukoon must be preceded by Dhamma. What we are taking in the Leen, the letter must have only Fatha, not Kasra, not Dhamma. The letter must be having only Fatha. This is the first and prime important condition, very important condition. If there is no Fatha on the letter, there is no Leen at all. The letter is having Kasra or Dhamma, it cannot be the Leen. It can become a Mad, but it cannot become a Leen. The prime condition is the letter must have Fatha on it. The second important condition is it must be followed by either Ya Sukoon or Waw Sukoon. With the it is the name of this Leen derived from the letter which is having the Sukoon preceded by the Fatha. So if it is followed by Ya Sukoon, it is called Ya Leen. If it is followed by Waw Sukoon, it is called Waw Leen. For example, Kha is having Fatha immediately followed by Ya Sukoon. Fatha and Ya Sukoon, these two constitute, these two form Ya Leen. Khai. this is the sliding sound. This is the sliding sound. If you have something in your hand, you drop it, it fell down very fast. So this also should come very fast. Khai. There is no prolongation at all. Khairun. Khairun. Very, very fast. Khairun. You might have seen the children in the park when they go on the slide, they slip from the top to bottom very fast. So this is also similar to the sliding effect. Khairun. It has to be very quick. And here it is, kha is having fatha, but followed by waw sukun. This one is called wawlin. Khawfin, khawfin, khairun, khawfin. There is no prolongation in it. So how many lean letters? Only two lean letters. Ya sukun, waw sukun. What is the prime important condition? The letter must have fatha on it. If fatha followed by ya sukun, it is called ya lean, quick pronunciation. If fatha is followed by waw sukun, it is called wawlin. It is also quick pronunciation. So till now we have three different cases. Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad. Yalin, Wawlin. Three major different cases. Clear?
Clear. But this is not mud. This is lean.
This is lean, but it has, the name is having Maddal Leen. Why it is having Maddal Leen? I will tell you after a few minutes, inshallah. Okay. In the application, no prolongation at all, as quick as possible.
noted. I just wanted to know why this is called mud, but as you told, I will not get that. Thank you.
Clear? Let us
Clear.
move to the this is the page with the different letters of Leen, Yalin and Wawlin. Here, unlike in the Mad, if the Hamza is there, it is a Madal Badal. If the Hamza is not there, it is Madal Asli. Here, there is no division of like that. So all the letters, 28 letters, it is called Madal Leen only. Wawlin or Yalin, depends on the letter. But there is no division, again Hamza without Hamza. Okay. Here
Okay.
examples. Kaifa, Yalin. Quraishin, Yalin. Ainun, Yalin. Kaidan, Yalin. Tayran, Yalin. Khairun, Yalin. Shay'in, Yalin. Laysa, Yalin. Aina, Yalin. Wailun, Yalin. Lawhin, Wawlin. Tagaw. Here again you see the alif Hamza with sukun. Just ignore this one. What we required is fatha and waw sukun. This is a wawlin. It is already here. Qawlun, wawlin. Khawfin, wawlin. Ruwaidan, yalin. You see here? Wawlin or yalin? Waw letter is there. But sukun, which is having the sukun, ya is having the sukun. So, ruwaidan. It is a yalin. Here, is it lean or mad?
Wow, mud.
Wow, mad. Because the first prime important condition is if it is a lean, this must have fatha. There is no fatha. Here it is dhamma followed by waw sukun. This one is a waw mad. Just I put it as to have more clarity on the waw mad and waw lean. Here fatha followed by waw sukun, waw lean. Dhamma followed by waw sukun. It is a waw mad. Yawma idhin. Here it is fatha followed by waw sukun. This again waw lean. Is it clear?
Clear, clear. Thank
Okay.
you.
Now, the brother who asked the question of if it followed by Hamza or letter with Shadda or letter with the Sukoon, we are opening one by one now. If the Mad means which one we have to take? Either Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad, or Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, or Waw Sageerah. Any one of this one. If it is followed by letter Hamza, not this Hamza, the Hamza in original shape. You see, the both are called Hamza. This one is called Hamza. This one is also called Hamza. But what is our interest? We require this type of Hamza. It means Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah, Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad. If it is one of this one followed by letter with letter Hamza, then this one is called Madal Wajib Muttasil. You can call also Badal Laazim Muttasil. There is no difference in calling either Wajib Muttasil or Laazim Muttasil. But for our convenience, when it is Hamza, we took it as a Wajib Muttasil, only for our convenience, nothing else. So to avoid confusion in the later stage. So whenever Sageerah letter or Mad letter followed by Hamza immediate in the same word, then it is called Madal Wajib Muttasil or Madal Lazim Muttasil. The printers all over the world, whoever print the Quran, they have a support here. They support the reader by putting a sine wave like this shape on the Mad letter. So this is helping the reader to know that this is not a 2 units prolongation. It must be either 4 or 5 units prolongation or 6 and 7 units prolongation. Whenever you find this Mad sign on the Mad letter, then you must identify that 2 units prolongation is not enough here. This is very important note. You have to remember this one. Here Alif Sageerah, it is having a Mad sign. When you see the Mad sign, just you have to take a pause and see what is the letter which is following this one, whether it is a Hamza or not. If it is a Hamza, then it must be prolonged 4 or 5 units. Here Mad sign and the Mad letter Alif followed by Hamza. Mad sign on the letter of Mad followed by Hamza. Mad sign on the letter of Mad followed by Hamza. Here again Mad sign on the Mad letter followed by Hamza. Here it is a Mad sign on the Mad letter. Here Ya is the Mad letter followed by Hamza. Here is a Mad sign on the Mad letter Waw followed by Hamza. You have to note down one important thing here. The Hamza can have any kind of haraka on it. There is no restriction at all. Hamza can have fatha, kasra, dhamma, fatatain, kasratain, dhammatain, anything. Hamza can have anything, right? But it must be preceded by either Sageerah letter or Mad letter. That is the only thing you have to see. In this case, you must prolong here Wajib. Wajib means Wajib Salah. Wajib means 5 obligatory prayers they call as Salatul Wajib, Wajib Salah. Then Laazim also the replacement of Wajib. Both meaning that it is must. What is must? To prolong 4 or 5 units is the must. Remember that this Wajib or Laazim may giving us hint that you must prolong 4 or 5 units. Okay, so whenever you say Wajib Muttasil or whenever you find the Mad letter followed by Hamza, that means you have to recall the name of Madal Wajib Muttasil or Madal Lazim Muttasil. The word Muttasil is indicating that, is defining that the Mad letter and Hamza both are attached. I'm sorry. The Mad letter and the Hamza both are attached. Attached means both are in the single word, even though it looks like it is little bit gap is there, but it is because of the Alif never joins the following letter. That's why there is a gap. But when you see, this is a single word. Here it is a totally single word. All these words are single words. Single words means it's a complete having the meaning with grammar, everything. Al malaikatu jaa sha'a ma'in jazaan si'at su'an. This is the way we have to read it. That means we learn about 2 units. You have to double the prolongation to 4 units. 2 units ja. Now ja 4 units. If it is a alif mad, sha 2 units. If it is a mad al wajib muttasil, sha you have to double the prolongation of alif mad. You have to double the prolongation of ya mad. You have to double the prolongation of waw mad when it is a part of mad al wajib muttasil. Now you cannot call it as a alif mad. You cannot call it as a mad al asli. You cannot, because now it is no more alif mad or mad al asli. Because of this hamza, it is promoted to mad al wajib muttasil. You have to call it as a mad al wajib muttasil. This one mad al wajib muttasil. Here it is, you cannot call it as a yamad or madal asli because of seen. This one mad sign followed by hamza and mad letter ya followed by hamza. It must be called as a madal wajib muttasil or madal lazim muttasil. Similarly here, you cannot call it as a waw mad or madal asli. You must call it as a madal wajib muttasil. Is it okay? Any questions?
It's clear,
Noted.
Ustaz.
Okay.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
move to the next point. Here it is also similar to madal wajib muttasil, but only the difference is the space. Before mobile came into our hands, we used to talk by seeing each other face to face, eyes to eyes contact. In the drawing room, if you have a friend visited your home, you speak with him directly, seeing in his eyes, and he speak with you, seeing in your eyes. But after this mobile came in our hands, both people are talking each other, but both are looking their mobiles. Is it correct or wrong?
Correct.
This is the space.
Sir.
The mobile separated the two people. This is detached, separated. Which one separated? The mad letter and the hamza are separated here. The mad letter, it is the structure is same. The hamza, the structure is same, but there is a space between them. How it can be possible? This can be in one word, the last letter of the first word, and there is a space. This one must be the first letter of the following word. It means in single word, mad al jayaz munfasil not possible. For mad al jayaz munfasil, we must have two words consequently adjacent to each other, with the condition that the last letter of the first word must be a Sageerah or Alif mad huruf al mad. Then the first letter of the following word, it must be a hamza. Again, the hamza, it comes with the alif, but not like in its original form. This is this shape you will see whenever you see this shape followed hamza. Whenever you see the hamza in this shape followed by alif Sageerah letter or the mad letter, then you can recognize it. You can identify it as a mad al jayaz munfasil. Here jayaz means optional. You can have, because here how many units you have to prolong if there is nothing here? Yes, please. In case of Sageerah or mad, alif Sageerah, ya Sageerah, waw Sageerah,
Two units.
only 2 units. When there is a space and followed by hamza, then the reader has an option. Either he can read it with the 2 units prolongation, or he can read it with the 4 or 5 units prolongation. Here munfasil means in Urdu it is fasila. Fasila means it is distant, it is far away. In other words, it is a detached. Which one is detached? The Sageerah letter or mad letter is detached with the hamza. There is a space between these two. So 2 units prolongation is must, 4 or 5 units prolongation is optional. If you see here, lam, fatha, alif, mad. Again, here also you will find the mad sign. Lam, fatha, alif. If there is no mad sign, there is nothing, no word here. Lam, fatha, alif. How you read it? With the 2 units. Lam, fatha, alif, la. Without alif. Lam, fatha, la. There is no prolongation. Lam, fatha, alif, la. Then lam, fatha, alif, mad followed by hamza. It is a jayaz munfasil. La ilaha. This is a optional. If someone read la ilaha, that also correct. If someone read la ilaha, it is totally wrong. Because Lam without alif, without mad, it is, the meaning is, it is indeed, it is sure, it is must. But lam with the fatha with the alif, it become negative. No, nothing, not possible. This meaning become the negative. The lam with fatha, it is giving the assurance, it is confirming. But lam fatha with alif, it's becoming opposite, it is negating it. So la ilaha 2 units is must, 4 or 5 units is optional. Now inna, here it is fatha followed by alif. This is a alif mad. It has 2 units prolongation. But after the gap, the following word, the first letter of the following word is hamza. Because of these two joining together with the space, the mad letter and hamza with the space between them, this is a madal jayaz munfasil. These are the two different words. Inna is different word. Atainaka is a different word. How to read it? Inna atainaka, 2 units. Inna atainaka, 4 units. So you have the choice. The reader has the choice to prolong either 2 units or 4 or 5 units. Here also.
So the question.
Yes, please.
So when you're reading it, you're reading in. So you're also prolonging in.
It has another rule, noon with shadda. It will come in the coming classes. Whenever noon is having shadda and meme is having shadda, you have to make gunna on this one. Here noon is having shadda. So that's why I have to hold the noon sound for 2 units. It is called gunna.
Noted.
Okay. لقد خلقنا, up to here, khalaqnal insana. Here you see, fi ahsani. Fi, this is a single word. Fa kasra ya sukun. It is, last letter is a mad letter ya. Then the following word, the first letter of the following word is a hamza. So when these are coming together, this must be, this has the optional of 4 units and must of 2 units. Fi ahsani. If you have optional 4 units, fi ahsani. You got it?
Noted.
Yes,
Okay.
I understand.
So what is the main difference between the madal wajib muttasil and madal jayaz munfasil? The only difference is hamza is attached to the mad letter or sagira letter and it is in the single word. This is a madal wajib muttasil. What about the madal jayaz munfasil? Hamza and the sagira or mad letter are not in the same word. These are the two different words detached with the space. Okay. Now we move to the 6 or 7 units. The mad. Here again, sagira letter or mad letter. If it is followed by letter with shadda, letter with the shadda. This letter can be any letter from 28 letters. But what about here? Here the choice is limited. The hamza must be there. Here hamza must be there. But here hamza is not having any role here. It can be, the letter can be any letter from 28 letters. But in case of madal wajib muttasil and madal jayaz munfasil, the letter is having only the letter is, single letter is required. Hamza is required. But here the letter must be having shadda or must be having sukoon. The restriction is here with the, either shadda must be there or the sukoon must be there. In this case, the reader must prolong it 6 or 7 units. That is the longest mad in the tajweed, in the qiraat. So whoever is reading with the, in this structure, in this way, the word of with having this structure, he must prolong 6 or 7 units word prolongation. Moreover, this comes in the single word. Unlike in the madal jayaz munfasil, 2 words required. Madal wajib muttasil and madal lazim, both required only single word. It will not come in the 2 words. So for example, Here, if you can read Arabic, this is a Maddal Lazim. It has different configurations. Maddal Lazim Kalimi Musaqqal, Maddal Lazim Kalimi Mukhaffaf, Maddal Lazim Harfi Musaqqal, Maddal Lazim Harfi Mukhaffaf. Basically, what happened here, the mad sign on the mad letter followed by a letter with the shadda. In case of mad al wajib muttasil, the mad letter, mad sign on the mad letter followed by what? Which letter? Mad al wajib muttasil?
Hamza.
Hamza. But here Hamza is not important. The shadda is important. If there is a shadda followed by mad sign, then you must prolong 6 units. This mad sign means, I repeat again, whenever you see the mad sign, that means it is not enough to prolong 2 units. It must be prolonged 6 units or 4 units or 6 units. This you have to understand by default. Take it as a rule of thumb. Now, mad sign followed by Hamza, whether it is in the single word or with the detached, with the space. In both cases, you are reading with the 4 or 5 units prolongation. If the mad sign not followed by Hamza, then you must prepare to prolong it 6 units by default. Whenever you see the mad sign in the Quran followed by Hamza, whether immediate in the single word or in the attached word, you must prolong, you take it as a habit of 4 or 5 units prolongation. Even though it is a Jayaz, but you take it as a habit. But mad sign not followed by Hamza. You see the mad sign, but you don't see Hamza immediate after this one. You have to prolong 6 units, the maximum length. It will solve all the issues. All these kinds of, no need to remember all these names. Just simple trick, simple tip. That tip is whether mad sign followed by Hamza or mad sign not followed by Hamza. Only 2 things you have to see. Mad sign followed by Hamza, 4 or 5 units. Mad sign not followed by Hamza, then it is a shadda. Then it is a 6 units prolongation. Okay. How to, here you see mad sign followed by which letter?
Shadda.
Jim.
Jim.
Okay. Shadda is one of the requirement, but Jim. So mad sign not followed by Hamza. So we must prolong it 6 units. Again, mad sign followed by letter. Which letter this one? Either Hamza or not?
Noon. There's no
Noon.
Hamza, it's Noon.
No Hamza. So it must be prolonged 6 units. The additional information for academic learning is mad sign or mad letter followed by shadda, mad letter followed by here, mad letter followed by sukoon. These are the 2 different names here. Mad al lazim kalimi musaqqal. This is the name. Mad sign followed by shadda. Mad lazim kalimi mukhaffaf. Mad sign followed by sukoon. So mad letter followed by sukoon. These are the 2 different structures. So which we are having the examples. The third structure here, this one is, this comes only in the huruf al-muqattat. Huruf al-muqattat means in each surah, some of the surahs, not in each surah, some of the surahs having these letters of huruf al-muqattat. We should not read them as a word. We should read each letter individually. So in the huruf al-muqattat, whichever letter is having the mad sign, that must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. Here Alif is not having mad sign. Alif, no prolongation. Lam, 6 units prolongation. Meem, 6 units prolongation. So whichever letter is having the mad sign on it in huruf muqattat, that letter must be prolonged 6 or 7 units. So now in simple way to understand, to remember, to practice, if mad sign followed by Hamza, you do it 4 units. If mad sign not followed by Hamza, anything, whatever the case, you must prolong 6 units. Clear?
Very clear, Ustad. But I want to know,
Clear.
Hamza will never have a shadda.
Hamza can also have a shadda.
So in that case, 6
We
units.
have to give the preference to the shadda, 6 units.
Okay.
And
And
one
how to identify difference between huruf mukhaffaf and huruf muttakhal?
yeah, musaqqal and mukhaffaf. Musaqqal related to shadda. Mukhaffaf related to sukun.
No, in the huruf. Huruf.
In the huruf, there is a rule that called idgham. The spelling of lam is having meme in it, right? Lam fatha alif, then meme. When you are writing the name of the lam, the name of the letter lam in itself has a meme in it, right?
Yes.
Okay, the letter meme is starting the meme as a first letter. So in this case, lam is ending with the meme and meme is starting with the meme. These two called idgham shafawi. So whenever there is a idgham it is coming in the letters, then it must be called as a musaqqal. If there is no idgham, then it is called mukhaffaf. That is a little bit it may confuse to you. So just for easy way to remember, whenever you have the sign of mad on the huruf muqattat, you must prolong it 6 units. Here,
Noted, Ustad.
ta,
So regardless, so we need to prolong 5 to 6 to 7 units.
6 to 7 units. Here, ta, it is not having mad sign. Ha, it is not having mad sign. There is no prolongation of 6 units here. Ta, ha. Here, ta is not having mad sign. Seen is having mad sign. Ta, seen. Okay.
Noted. What is this mud sign called? Like Shadda, we know Shadda, but this one?
This is a mad. You can say mad sign only.
Okay.
Sign of mad. It's like a sine wave. Some printers they put little curve or some like some waves.
All the printers put this mud sign, or there are some prints they will not add this mud sign, and we need to follow the rules.
Most of the Quran printers they put the mad sign. Most of them. But as a student, as academic student, you already know about the structure. Most of them, 99% printers, you will find the mad sign on the wherever it is having a Badal Laazim ya Wajib Muttasil and Badal Jayaz Munfasil and Badal Laazim. You will find the mad sign on it.
Noted, sir. Thank you. This nothing, everything is same in the subcontinent prints also, right? Other than this
Every place, all over the world, mad sign will be there.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, when you are stopping at the end of the ayah, if that last letter of the ayah, if it is having fathatain on it, then this rule is called madal iwad. Madal iwad, how to read it, how to apply this one, just remove one of the fatha. It is not applicable when it is having kasratain or dammatain. Only when it is having fathatain, then only this rule must be applied. So when the last letter of the ayah, or whenever you are stopping on the last letter of that word, if it is having fathatain, just remove one fatha, make it alif mad and stop it. Here it is ghafurar rahima, rahiman. Actually it is rahiman. Here it is a yamad and here it is a meme is having the fathatain. So with this rule, you should not stop it rahiman. You have to make it rahima. You have to make alif mad. Here, huban kabira, qawlam maghrufa, معروفة قولا معروفا وقولا سديدا. All these having fathatain on the last letter. How you are stopping? You are stopping with the alif mad. So if you see today is the Friday, you might have read the Suratul Kaf. 110 ayah. It is all the ayah ending with the Mad al Iwad. Then Suratul Adiyat. Wal Adiyati dabha, fal muriyati qadha, fal mughirati subha, fasarna bihi naqa, fawasatna bihi jam'a. All these ending with the Mad al Iwad. Then Suratul Naba. From the 6th ayah to the 40th ayah, you will find Mad al Iwad. So very simple to make it Alif Mad and stop it. Okay. If you are not stopping, then another rule comes. That is a Tanween rule that we will learn in the coming classes, inshallah. Now we are moving to the last part.
Usla,
Yes.
sorry. Can you please repeat this one because I went to the restroom.
Okay, this is called Mad al Iwad. Maddul Iwad. You see here, al Maddul Iwad. What is the requirement? Whenever you are stopping at the stopping, you see the last letter of that word, if it is having fathatain or not. If it is having fathatain, change to Alif Mad. Here it is how to stop by reading what it is written here. Rahiman, Mim fathatain man, Rahiman. But when you are stopping, applying this rule, make it Alif Mad and stop. Rahima. Okay. Here, Kabiran. Last letter is Ra fathatain run. But when you are stopping here, Kabira, Marufa, Sadida. You have to change to Alif Mad and stop it. Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Now we move to the last part of this mad. That is Mad al Arid lil Sukoon. Mad Arid lil Sukoon. This one, the first condition is whenever you are stopping, that word must not have fathatain on it. Here, what was the rule? The last letter of the word must have fathatain. Here, what is the rule? The last letter must not have fathatain on it. Here you see, Ba is having kasra or kasratain. The print is not clear here. Ra is having dhammatain. Mim is having kasra. Here, the last letter is not having fathatain on it. This is a prime important condition in this Arid Sukoon. The last letter must not have fathatain on it. If it is fathatain, then we apply the Mad al Iwad. But now it is without fathatain. The last letter can have fatha or kasra or dhamma. Kasratain or dhammatain or Sageerah or Mad, anything. So we are not speaking about the last letter if it is having Mad. No, if the last letter is having the Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma or Kasratain or Dhammatain, any of these haraka is there on the last letter, then you must see the another condition. The another condition is before this last letter, is there any Mad or Leen? Here Fatha, Seen, Fatha, Alif. Which is this one? Is it Leen or Mad?
Which is mad.
This is a Alif Mad. Specifically, it is a Mad Tabeeyee. Here it is Dhamma followed by Waw Sukoon. It is a Waw Mad. Specifically, it is a Mad al Asli. So here Ha Kasra Ya Sukoon. This is a Ya Mad. Specifically, it is a Mad al Asli because the letters is Seen and Fa and the Ha. So whether it is a Mad al Badal or Mad al Asli, or you can say Alif Mad, Ya Mad, Waw Mad, or the Leen. The Leen also can come. I will show you the next example. So in this case, we need the requirement is two conditions. The last letter must not have fathatain on it. Before the last letter, there must be a mad or leen. In that case, when you are stopping it, make the last letter as a sukoon and prolong this mad or leen 2 units or 4 units or 6 units. Okay, we will go to the example also. Here if you see, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. Here sin is having kasra. If it is having fathatain, we might have applied the madal iwad, but this is not having fathatain. So we have to look the second condition before last letter. Here it is a alif mad. So we have to make this when we are stopping, we have to apply the arid lil sukoon. So qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, 2 units I stopped it. If I want to stop with the 4 units, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. If I want to make 6 units, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. So I have the option. The reader has the option to stop it with the 2 units prolongation or 4 units or the 6 units. Similarly, in the all other places. Here it is. إِلَّا الْفَاسِقِينَ. Here, إِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. All this. Here it is, you see the example of the Leen. In Leen means we learned that it must be pronounced quickly. But here, Leen is part of the Arid lil Sukoon. The last letter is not having fathatain on it, it is having kasratain. Before the last letter, there is a Leen, that is a Yaleen. So, Quraish, instead of this one, you have to prolong either 2 units or 4 units or the 6 units. That's why the name is included Madal Leen. We are making the mud here, even though it is a Leen, you are making the mud. So in general, it is a Leen without any prolongation, but when it is part of the Arilil Sukoon, that must be prolonged 2 units or 6 units or 2 units or 4 units or 6 units. So Leela fi Quraish, the last letter must be made Sukoon. إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Here all these are Yalin and Wawlin, but we are prolonging 2 units or 4 units or 6 units. The third case and the last case of this one is when you are stopping, you see the last letter is not having fathatain on it, but before the last letter there is no mad, there is no Leen. In this case, just make the sukoon on the last letter and stop without any prolongation. Qul huwallahu ahad. Not any prolongation here. Ahad. Allahu samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. No prolongation. Just you stop as it is. Here also. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. Min sharri ma khalaq. Wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqab. ومن شر النفاسات في العقد وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. The last letter is not having fathatain on it. Before last letter, there is no mad, there is no Leen. So you are stopping it directly. Okay. Till this one, the details are regarding the mad. Let me know if you have any questions. You can ask now. If you don't have any questions, then we have a couple of minutes. See, Suratul Naba. Here the last letter is not having fathatain. Before last letter there is a mad. So how to stop it? Mad al-iwad or mad arilil sukoon?
Arid al Sukoon.
Sukoon.
Mad arilil sukoon. Here it is mad sign followed by hamza. Mad al
Mad al
wajib
Laazim?
muttasil.
Mad al Wajib Mustaqil.
Mad al how many units?
6
4
to
to 5.
7 units.
4, 5.
Hamza means 4
Minimum.
to 5.
Hmm.
Hamza not there, then 6. Hamza, you remember as a 4. Hamza means 4. Okay. So how to read it? Amma yatasaalun. I stopped with the 2 units. It can be stopped with the 4 or 6. Anin naba'il azim. This also last letter is not having fataten. I used arilil sukoon to stop it. Alladhi hum fihi mukhtalifun. Madarilil sukoon. Kalla sayalamun. Summa kalla sayalamun. Up to ayat number 5, we have to apply arilil sukoon. From ayat number 6, Alam naj'alil arda mihada. The last letter is having fataten. But how to stop? Make it alif mad and stop it. Mihada, azwaja, autada, subata, libasa, maasha, shidada, wahaja. Till end of the surah, all this ayat is having the fataten on it at the end. You got it?
Yes, Ustad.
Yeah, here if you see Adiyat, Suratul Adiyat. Okay. Wal Adiyati Dabha. It is a fataten. We have to stop with the alif mad. Fal Muriyati Qadha. Fal Mughirati Subha. فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا. We stop with the madal iwad. Here it is again madari lil sukun. Innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. I stop with the 2 units, but the reader has a choice of 4 units and 6 units. Here it is also ari lil sukun. La shahid, la shadid, fil qubur, في الصدور خبير لا خبير. Here if you see it is actually damaten, but you see the small meme because the next it is if we are not stopping, this has a tanween rule, that is tanween followed by letter ba. This is a iqlab. The meme sound should be pronounced here. That's why the printer has given meme here. So when we learn about the tanween nun sakin rule, inshallah you will understand about it. Similarly, if you see here Iza jaa. This is a 4 units or 6 units?
4 units.
Because of Hamza. Mad sign
Hamza.
followed by Hamza. Iza jaa nasrullahi wal fath. We are not applying madaliwad or arilil sukun. Just we stop as it is. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. Here it is a fataten. We are applying the madaliwad to stop it. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. Here also fataten, but we stop with the alif mad. Here,
Can you say wastakfir instead
yes,
of the who?
yes.
Yeah.
Wastaghfir. We can stop it. Ha sound also. Try to take out the ha sound. Wastaghfir. Okay.
Ustad, his question is that can we read wastaghfirhu where is that?
In continuation, if you take the long breath, you can read in one attempt without any, that will solve the problem. But when you are stopping it, wastaghfir, the here take out the sound of ha is missing here. We are ending with the ra without with leaving the ha sound. So to avoid the any doubts in this one, so better to read continuously. Fasabbih bihamdi rabbika wastaghfirhu innahu kana tawwaba wastaghfirhu innahu. If you stop here, fasabbih bihamdi rabbika wastaghfir. The last sound which is coming from me is ra, not ha. So the ha is missing. So maybe we have to check it this one. But from my personal view is to continue with the without stopping, so that way it can be solved.
Okay. Ustaz, I want to ask, like, can you recite without tajweed? Is like if somebody recites without tajweed, their prayer is accepted?
No, no, no. Tajweed rule is helping us to read the Quran without committing any mistakes. If I read without Tajweed rules, Iza ja Nasrullah wal Fatah. So Iza ja, here it is 4 units prolongation. Without applying Tajweed rule, I may miss it. So the rule name itself is a Madal Wajib Muttasil. Wajib.
Yeah.
4 units prolongation is Wajib. So if I am missing to prolong it 4 units, then I am doing the grave mistake.
Yeah, I'm asking because I know like most Muslims don't know tajweed rules.
Say, brother, the person, as it is a technical age, now it is a technical age. It is the human being is forced to learn many things, even he is not interested to learn, like mobile, everything. So to read the Quran is the only one great book in the world which gives each letter 10 hasanat. Reading of each letter, the reader will get 10 hasanat minimum, right? So why we should not put some time to learn Tajweed rules and properly read the Quran, so that will help us to read our Salah properly, to make the Azkar properly. And in our daily life, without Salah, we are not there. If there is no Salah, there is I think that the person should think over his life, how he is living without Salah. So to make Salah properly, we need that proper. We must learn the procedures. Tajweed is one of the procedure to make our Salah proper. To read the Quran proper. It's not a big issue. It's not very difficult. If the person spend 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour per day, in 2 months, 3 months, he can, inshallah, he can read without any mistake. And so many things are available, apps available, YouTube lectures available, YouTube training sessions available. Now what you are learning is through the Islamic Center, this kind of courses also available. So why I am stressing this one and making it very simple, I emphasize for you, to you also, you must become Tajweed teacher. You teach it to your family, to your neighbors, to your colleagues, to your friends. We are sharing so many things. So why not Tajweed rules?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Sure.
Inshallah. So anything more?
Ustad, this Shadda, Allah's name have Shadda. Shadda should be 6 to 7 units prolongation.
Where is
So
the
is
mad
it that
sign? Where is the mad sign?
Allah's name, I mean, the
There's
name
no
of Allah.
mud. There's no mud there.
Mad sign is not there, no? Mad sign is required.
Correct,
Here,
yeah.
this mad sign. Before Shadda, if there is a mad sign, then 6 or 7 units prolongation. It's a good
So
question.
without mad, we don't have to prolong it.
It's a good question. Mad sign followed by Shadda.
Noted. If you are reading that particular word only with Shadda, we don't need to prolong it
No,
for
no.
that
Here
long.
it is, you see, Ba is having Shadda. You see? Rabba. There is no prolongation at all.
Yeah.
Alladhi, lam, no prolongation at all. Ashita, sheen, no prolongation. Was-saif, sad, no prolongation. Here, meme is having shadda, no prolongation. Meme is having shadda, noon is having shadda. That is a ghunna that has to be prolonged 2 units. That is a different case. Here, ra is having shadda. Ar-Rahman, ra, no prolongation. Ar-Rahim, ra, no prolongation. It's a good question.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can
Okay,
I
sir.
conclude or you have any questions?
That's all. We need more practice.
It
There
is
is nothing
required.
we can do.
Practice
Yeah,
is
yeah.
required. Practice is required. See, in
Of
my
course.
course today is, I think, 5 weeks finish, or maybe 5 weeks around, or 6 weeks. So I took it slowly. I did not take it in rush. But the thing is, the students has to give proper time, and some, at least weekly 2 3 times at least, they have to practice this one the during the other days before coming to the class. Inshallah, that helps them to practice. The best way is you can practice in the our WhatsApp group. Just read, apply any of the rules which we applied now, the Sageerah rule. So the easy way is to see where is the Sageerah. Can you find any Sageerah in this surah in front of you? Is there any Sageerah here?
You mean Ya Sageerah?
Sageerah, Alif Sageerah, Ya Sageerah, Waw Sageerah. Any Sageerah here?
Yes.
Where?
Yes.
In Allah.
Ala, yes. This is a Alif Sageerah. Ala,
Alif
2 units.
Sageerah.
We have Alif Sageerah in
Fazalika.
Fazalika. Yeah.
Zalika, here it is a Alif Sageerah is
Alif
there.
Sageerah.
Yes, you're right. Any other place? This way, you see, it is easy to take the picture of this Zalika. Then you can put it, you can ask the question, you can raise the question to others. Is there which rule here? So they reply to you, whether it is, if the person knows, he will reply. This is also a part of the, like, a gaming, you can say, learn through the gaming. So here it is, meme is having Alif Sageerah. Rahman. Here it is, meme is having Alif Sageerah. Right? So similarly, is there any Badal Wajib Muttasil here in this surah? Madal Wajib Muttasil means mad sign followed by Hamza.
Yurauna. Allazina hum yurauna.
Excellent, excellent, brother. Ra Fatha Alif, this is a mad, then followed by immediate Hamza, mad letter followed by Hamza. It is a Madal Wajib Muttasil. We must prolong 4 or 5 units in this case. Okay. Okay. So, inshallah, may Allah help you all. I am very happy you attended. You asked me extra class, and whatever possible in the simplest possible way, I tried to explain to you. The practice sessions, if you can conduct, or you can have a WhatsApp groups, or you can have a Zoom class among you. You can create a 45 minutes free Zoom session. Anyone interested, you can practice together. That will help you to what you are learning. You can practice also with your course students, inshallah.
Ustaz, can I please see the slides? What we did before Mat al Iwad?
You want to see the Madal Iwad?
Yeah.
I changed the slide. You see this?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Let me bring the page.
Yes, I just want to see the slide before Mat al Iwad.
You have recorded this lesson today?
Yeah, I am recording this one. I will post in the group.
Yes, the slide before this one. Oh, okay. I was just checking if I didn't miss anything. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah. Okay, brother?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. I was just checking whether I didn't miss anything when I went to the restroom.
Okay.
But it's okay. I have everything.
Okay. Inshallah, put into practice, and you can raise a quiz in the group also. I will try to also put the quiz in the group. So with this way, we can have every day some touch with the Tajweed subject, inshallah.
Noted,
Inshallah.
Ustad. May Allah reward you
Ameen.
for your busy time. You found time for us, and without expecting anything from us, you taught us. You gave
It's
1.5 hours.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me the opportunity to forward whatever the knowledge I gained.
May Allah,
This is one. May Allah help all of us to read Quran properly
indeed.
without any
Ameen.
mistake, and
May Allah
also
reward you
teach
for
others.
this and make you give the place highest place in Jannah, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen.
Inshallah.
So we will conclude the session. We will meet again in our regular class. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum
Wa
wa
alaikum.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
إياك.